Okay, guys, what's going on? Marco here in Denver, Colorado. Welcome to the Wave Catchers Training Group. Congratulations, you have made it through the first couple steps, and it's kind of what we call our funnel and our filter to make sure who's serious versus who's curious. And now we're going to go into time investment, give you some strategies, some vision to open up your world. And this is the stuff that completely changed my life. I think it really can be the catalyst for you. And once you get this in your head, you can't really get rid of it. You're never going to forget this. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. We're excited. After this video, reach out to your upline mentors. Tell them you want to know how to become a brand affiliate and get to that next level, and we're going to walk you through this. All right, so I'm going to share the screen, start going into it. And it's about vision, right? We're going to give you the big vision here and how these viral products, there's more than just one product right now. You're going to start to learn about the other products. This is not doing tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. This company did 2.7 billion last year, okay? And those are the biggest buildings in Provo, Utah over there. They just knocked out the other 3 blocks, put in another $140 million addition. And I just tell people, nobody builds a building like that if they don't know where they're going, okay? So, in these books, okay, a lot of people have read school books. They're highly educated, but they haven't read wealth books, okay? So what you're looking at here, this is a book called The Business of the 21st Century, all right? One of the best-selling authors in the world, top of the list for, New York Times best-selling authors is Robert Kiyosaki. And in this Business of the 21st Century, he's the one that wrote, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You've heard of that book. It's a paradigm shifter, the cash flow quadrant, increase your financial IQ, all the wealth books. He's saying the number of people living officially below the poverty line is rising rapidly. The number of people who are working beyond the age of 65 is increasing. So brings us to, he even says right here in the book, today network marketing is recognized by many experts and accomplished business people as one of the fastest growing business models in the world. All right, and we're going to show you why right here. He's the one that came up with this. This is called the cash flow quadrant, and there's basically 4 ways to make money. They say, how do you make your money, right? And they're kind of explaining in here. They say wealth is not measured in money. Wealth is not the same thing as money. Wealth is measured by the size. Wealth is not measured by the size of income. Wealth is measured in time, quality of life, time freedom. Okay. Robert Kiyosaki. Here's a book called Why We Want You to Be Rich. Look who's on there. Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump, another billionaire before he was president, and they're talking about this. So what you're looking at here is now you're going to start to really learn about this business model in this arena, this industry. And it says right there on the last chapter of this book, one of the last chapters, the most important part, why do you recommend network marketing? So it just goes into it. When I first heard about network marketing, I was against it. But after opening my mind, basically opening your mind to the next level, I began to see advantages that few other business opportunities offered. And it talks about the corporate triangle where you're forced down. If you're in regular business, you have a regular job, or you're a regular business owner, the design is to make a profit. That means pushing the employees down as far as you can push them, paying the least amount of money for the most amount of work so you can make a profit, all right? In this case, they're saying it's actually the upside down where it's designed to pull you to the top because it's commission-based, right? And this commission stuff is only for self-motivated people, so it's not for everyone. You have to be an entrepreneur, do 110%, but it says if you're not making money, the company's not making money. So it's designed, they want to make as much money as possible. So we're going to show you why there's invested interest here to make you into a millionaire. Okay, so there's 4 ways that you can make money, that you've made money. And to tell you my story, I was told go to school, get a job. Go to school, get a job. You've probably heard that one before, right? The smarter you are, the more money you make. And that wasn't the best advice. And good thing I found a skateboard. It took me up to the mountains. I found a snowboard. Through skateboarding, I moved up to the mountains and found out, man, there's so much wealth to be had up in the mountains. And, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Business-wise, you start kind of raising up in those levels. I didn't want to have a job anymore. I ended up being a professional snowboarder. And so I went from being an employee, making other people rich, and you know, being told how much I'm worth, when I can go on vacation, being a slave. You know, if I stopped working, I stopped getting paid. So that's linear income. On the left side of this quadrant is, it's called linear income. You're either an employee or a small business owner, right? And maybe it stands for self-employed or smart people, doctors, lawyers, engineers, professionals, okay? There's a problem with that because, you know, the more titles you put behind your name, the better you get. Like if you own your own practice or just one restaurant with no leverage, well, if you stop working, you stop getting paid, right? Because nobody cares about your business like you. And if you're really good at what you do, nobody can take your place while you're gone. If you're a surgeon, you put a bunch of titles behind your name, nobody can do that work for you. And you'd rather be like me. I wanted to be around my kids, but I was so good at what I did, nobody could replace me. So I always had to be there. And if I stopped working, I stopped getting paid. That's the same as a job. I basically had bought myself a job. That's what you do in small business or self-employed. So yes, you work for yourself. That's awesome. But can you really take off for 6 weeks or 6 months and the business is still going to be there? So it takes it's a kind of a hard shift, you know, a paradigm shift to get yourself and your brain into the right side of this quadrant where you're in bigger business and you have leverage. Like the owner of McDonald's, you don't want to have 100% of one building or just 100% of one person's effort. You want to have maybe 3 or 5% of thousands of buildings, right? Then you have leveraged income, passive leveraged income. And this means you have a system running your business, not you running the business, not you being owned by your business. Most business owners, they don't own the business. It owns them and all their time. And the more successful they get, the more busy they got. And that was me. I started launching companies. First, I was building, you know, some of the fastest growing companies in America. I was helping them build and brand and promote. And then I was like, man, I got to stop making these guys rich. So I started my own companies, but that didn't get me anything I wanted. It just got me really busy. I mean, I had to fail forward a couple of times. Okay, so you got to do that. And that's not a fail. That's a learn. That's a win because you learn every time, right? Oh, no, I know not to do that. And you become more valuable every time. And then you figure out what not to do. But then we got successful. And that was even worse because everybody thought I felt successful, but it took away my freedom. It took away my traveling. And most painful of all, it took me away from my kids. I would wake up before they were even awake, get back after they were sleeping. Like, you can make a lot of money, but you have no time. So I had to start looking for solutions. And that's how we end up here. And this is what I'm going to explain. So Fortune magazine says that if you have over 500 people working for you and they're following a system, they don't really need you in the building anymore. They know what to do. Then you have a system running your business. You're in bigger business, more money, obviously, there, and you don't have to be in there. Then you take some of that extra money, and now you're investing in other assets, and now you have the money working for you. You're not working for the money, right? So you want to get on this right side of the quadrant, and you have to open your mind to be able to get there, okay? So now we're going to go into this. How can ADR set you free? This is what happens when you surrender to a system. ADR, automatic delivery rewards. You're rewarded for being a loyal customer, which means I used to go to GNC and order my vitamins every month. I used to go to the grocery store and buy my toothpaste and face wash and body wash and all my stuff every month, right? But now I just order direct from the company. And you've heard of all these companies. I mean, even Comcast Cable, they want you on the monthly bill, the subscription, right? Dollar Shave Club. Even the grocery store has referral, you know, with your little thing on your keychain, loyal customers. So automatic delivery rewards, ADR, means you're rewarded for being on automatic delivery. So every time I order, if it hits my credit card, ships a perfect month supply of my vitamins right to my doorstep, cheaper, better, faster, more convenient. If I do that, every $100 I buy, I get 30% kickback waiting for me on my next purchase. So it's not $100, it's 70 because they love loyal customers. They give you all these rewards, right? So that's automatic delivery rewards. If you surrender to that and you get yourself on auto ship for over $100, or you know, even if it's 50 at first, right? Just be on automatic delivery. And here's the thing, you're going to go out and buy this anyway. The average person spends $186 or $168. I can't remember which one, but they spend it on personal care every month. That's on average. Well, this is all the same stuff. You're not coming out of pocket. Just redirect your spending, right? Instead of going to the grocery store in the old school way where that's not the producer, that's the middleman, right? So they're doubling the price on you. It's kind of an old school, outdated, inefficient business model. And now everybody knows, forget the middleman. Don't buy from some company that doesn't care about you. Buy from your own store online. And all you do is redirect your spending. So all we're doing is we're becoming customers, consumers, and then we duplicate and multiply. So all of this stuff here, the personal care, there's three things that never go down, no matter what economy: cigarettes, liquor, and personal care. This is what all the wealthy people know, right? So it's economy proof. And this can very well change your life. You're going to go and buy this anyway. Anything that's in your house that could be a new skin product, make it a new skin product, right? Try it. Have your own story to tell. The best way to learn your business is to be using that product. So now, a lot of this stuff is already a buying habit. Just redirect our spending, upgrade, duplicate, multiply. So you found out now the toothpaste, you know that stuff works. Everybody loves it, right? 8 patents on it. Nobody else can do it. That's not even the best product. We have weight management. We have anti-aging. I mean, I don't know anybody over 24 years old that likes looking or feeling older, right? So they're going to take care of themselves. Personal care, they care about themselves, right? So the important thing here is, okay, first you're over here, you're making hundreds of dollars. You know, you're starting to make money. You're going to earn while you learn, right? But now you really want to reach back out to your upline mentor and ask them how to become a brand representative, okay? If you come up and you do 5,000 points, first you want to get to 1,000 points. The toothpaste is barely like 10 points or whatever, right? Grab some more product. Try it. You're gonna spend the money anyway, right? Try it there. You're gonna create volume. Then when you duplicate, you're able to get to 1,000 points a lot faster. And a lot of people start with 3-4 packages, which is $1,000 like that, and all you have to do is duplicate, grab a couple more people, and you're already at 6,000 points, 5,000 points. Because once you hit 5,000, 6,000 points, depending on, right now you can do it with 5,000 points, you're going to move into this middle part of the comp plan where you become a brand representative. Now you're going to move into the thousands of dollars that you're making because you're duplicating and other people are getting on product. And you're starting to build teams of people for leveraged income, just like every other business, bigger business that you know. Brokerages, right? You don't want to be a realtor. You want to be a broker where the realtors make most of the money, but you're getting 5% of each one, right? A brokerage firm. Or any kind of sales teams. Same thing happens. So you want to start to build a team and you're actually going into leadership. And so when you help one more person, maybe 2 or 3 more people, you're getting 5% a couple generations down, right? And you're really going in there building leadership. And then you can move into the tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is what we're doing, and this is why we're investing our time. So again, the first level is called that brand representative. It was called the executive. If you make it here, make it here. We are executive factories. We just don't stop. We're going to go hard. We're going to teach you. We're going to walk you through step by step and help you get there. Just take massive action. Be committed. Give yourself a chance to get good at this, right? Just like any other thing. You got to go through training. Make it to that level. And then we're going to focus on helping other people. You don't have to sell to the world. Don't try to sell the world. Help other people get what they're looking for. If you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And so you help 2 other people do what you just did. You're going to duplicate. And then you're going to help another couple people. And so now you have 4 people that you've helped get to brand representative, an executive in the company, right? Then you help another couple people. Maybe you have 6 people, maybe after 2 or 3 years that you've really locked in and built into leadership. And then you go to that number 8. And here, I want to give you the stats of the company. If you make it to that first level and you commit with us an average of 10 years, you have a 95% success rate for going to that number 12 position, making an average of $42,000 a month for the rest of your life, and it's willable to your kids. A 95% chance. Think about that. What else can you do in this world where you know you have a 95% chance? You do something for 10 years, you have a 95% chance of making it a $42,000 a month or $506,000 a year for the rest of your life, and it's a willable, sellable business asset because once you build it, it doesn't go away. Pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works. And this is in every wealth book you pick up today. It's called the Metcalfe Law, or the Law of Exponential Growth. Not school books. If you want to be wealthy, you got to read wealth books and pay attention and do what wealthy people do. Don't listen to month struggling people, because obviously they don't have the results that you're looking for. If you want those results, then okay, listen to them. Do what they do. But if you want better results, you want freedom, time, financial freedom, you have to look for wealthy people, listen to what they say, and do what they do, right? And this is what they're saying. When you start to build a business, all right, do you think you can find 2 more people out of your whole network, right? Do you think you can find 2 people? And it took you a whole month to do that. Most of you have already done that. Already by the time you're watching this, you're already starting to do that. And say it took you a whole month to find those 2 people. Well, now you have 4 people. It takes them a whole month to find their 2. Now it's 8. It takes them a whole month to find their 2. Now it's 16. People kind of give up and quit, which is mind-blowing. Some people actually quit on themselves before they gain any skills and get good at this stuff and build up their credibility so people are listening to them, right? How do you build credit in a bank? You do what you said you're going to do. Finish, right? That's how you build credit. Build your credit up. You pay your bills. You do what you said you're going to do. Then your credit goes up with people. You have credibility. You're committed. They see that. They start to join you, okay? Now, 16 people times 2 is 32. Okay, that's not a lot of people. Not a lot of volume you're creating, right? But something's going to start to happen if you just don't quit. Now, 6 months in, still not a lot of people. Okay, 60 people, they're kind of doing things. But this is my joke, okay? This is what it looks like when people are like, oh, I'm going to be your number 1 hitter. I'm going to tear this up. And then they quit on themselves in the first 6 months, because I want you to see what happens after this. Something happens. 64 tout 2, it's 128. They tout 2, it's 256. They tout 2, it's 512. They tout 2, it's 1,024. 1,024 tout 2 is 2,048. They tout 2, it's 4,096 people. And if you add up all the people together, it's over 8,000 people. And if you had all those people, they're all on auto ship, you would have caused 1.6 million in consumption. And your commissions on that would be somewhere around $100,000 per month in income, okay? But that's in the perfect world where nobody quits, right? Of course, there's going to be people that quit. They quit on their hobbies, their jobs, their marriages. You can't control people quitting. And most of them are going to quit on themselves. In fact, 9 out of 10 people, but 1 out of 10 stays. So if you did a tenth of that, and okay, great. You're only making $10,000 a month in income, commissions, okay? And that's if you only have found a few people. What if the next month you go and find more? Because by no means am I saying you're just going to find 2 people and expect them to build your business for you and you can just sit on your butt, right? No, you have to serve others and invest your time into them to teach and train them. And that's what we're doing here, investing our time into you, because you're showing very good patterns and you just have to commit and stick in there, right? So then the next month you find 2 more. And the next month you select, hand select, you get real picky of who you want to work with. Successful, committed, big dreams, no limiting beliefs, fearless people that they're hungry, they're motivated, right? You select a couple more the next month and you keep doing your thing as a lifestyle. If you did that, that would be on over $400,000 a month in commissions that you would make. But like I said, 9 out of 10 people quit, so okay, a tenth of that, you're making $40,000 a month. Now let's see what happens with the regular world. And this is 90-something% of people in a regular job. Now, right now, think about it. If you stop working, do you stop getting paid? Because some people, I'm like, oh, they're like, I already make 6 figures. Yeah, I say, yeah, but if you stop working, do you stop getting paid? Huh? Yeah, if you stop working, do you stop getting paid? It's linear income. And so that means you have 100% of one person's effort. So this year, if you don't change that, there's still going to be one person responsible for your income, and it's you, right? So next year, you're number 2, still just you, one person, right? How many people are going to be responsible for your income? And some people are like, well, I'm supposed to be a manager. Yeah, but if you stop working, you stop getting paid. Yes, okay, so just one person. What about 5 years later if you don't change that equation? And if you don't start thinking at a higher level, doing smarter things with your time, right? Your spare time. So you work on your job or your business full-time, but you got to work on your business part-time. You work on your fortune part-time, and it starts to build up, build up, build up, build up. Takes time, takes 5 years, 7 years. Build it up, build it up. Pretty soon it passes up anything else you can do. So what about 10 years later? How many people do you know, they've been working 10 years, it's still one person responsible for their income? Maybe it's you. What has that got you? Because I was there. I had a wealthy person that had to sit me down and show me this. Because I was complaining I was so busy. And if I didn't change anything, I was going to stay busy and miss the most important years of my kids' lives. And that got painful. So I had to start thinking better, looking for better ideas. How many people do you know, they've been working 20 years still working? What about 40? Still working. I know attorneys, doctors, they're 60 years old. They don't even want to be there, but they have to, because if they stop working, they stop getting paid. So, okay, you can do that, or you can have thousands of people responsible for your income, right? Who would do this when they know there's other better ideas? You know, some people are like, oh, so you're saying there's a chance still of wealth though, right? So who would do that when you can do this and have thousands of people responsible for your income? And no, it's not going to happen overnight, but it does happen. 90% of people quit on everything, but 100% of the people that don't quit make it. And so look at these steps, the same amount of steps, right? Those 5 steps. What if you just change one number, and instead of 2, you're starting to get better now, and you select 3 people and you work with them. Watch the same amount of steps. 3 to get 3 is 9, to get 3 is 27, to get 3 is 81, to get 3 is 243 people. Look at the difference in numbers. Now, what if you got better next year and you did it with 5 people? Look at the difference in numbers. This is why the Wall Street Journal said that direct sales has made more millionaires than any other industry all put together. You know, you would have to combine athletes and actors even to come close, right? Or, you know, you can kind of do this and act like the internet's not here. The internet is here. That means 24 hours a day you can be paid. And around the world, because we go to bed, Australia wakes up, they're buying things. You can get your business going globally. Most business owners are tied down to a 15-mile radius, right? So to end this, I'm just going to say this. Look, my wife woke me up. She woke up screaming, and she's like, look at the bird. The bird flew into it flew into our balcony, into the master bathroom. And it because we leave the door open when it's really nice out. So the birds, you know, goes in the back of the bathroom, and it's banging its face against the wall, right, against the window on the screen there. And then it would go to that mirror on the right side that you're looking at there, and it would bang its face into the mirror and then go back to the window. It was trying to get out, right? It was just stuck in the back of the bathroom. And she's like, you gotta get it. And I'm like, what's going on? So this stuff may ruffle feathers, but hopefully enough to make you kind of move and think about a different direction, right? So that bird didn't like it. I had to ruffle its feathers a little bit and grab it. Didn't like that. Like a little bit stressed out there. It's looking like. But all I had to do, see that bird, valiant effort, right? Those dead flies in the windowsill, man, they work hard, banging their head against the wall, looking at their dream of freedom, that want to be free and early retirement, do what you want to do in this world, but you're kind of stuck there, right? And all I had to do is grab that bird, give it a different direction, let it go, do the same amount of work, and it was free. And it got back to its dreams that it can actually have, not just look at the dreams, actually go towards the dreams. So that's what we're doing. Dig in there, okay? There's a big wave coming. We are the wave catchers. Join us. We'll walk you step by step through. There's mentorship. There's free coaching from millionaires that will teach you that they'll actually invest the time, because they have time, vested interest in doing that, right? If we get you making $10,000 a month, are you going to be mad that we get $500 a month because of it? And so at this rate, the company's creating a new $1 million earner every 3.5 days. The only one on Wall Street that can say that. I believe that's the case. And has created over 1,400 people that have made over $1 million. Some of them over $20 million. One of my mentors personally has made over $50 million. So very good times right now. Okay, we're moving into other countries. Hope this was valuable. Hope this makes you think. Reach back out to your upline mentors, the people who share this with you. tell them you want to now go into a strategy session to get you to your first 1,000 and then your 6,000 or 5,000 points to become a brand representative. And then we're going to duplicate and we're going to help your people do the same thing. Much love, guys. Appreciate you all. Welcome to the team. Pay attention to the videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.